This is Zach with Less Lawn, and today we're going to talk about the best drought-tolerant grasses for Southern California. As you know, our name is Less Lawn, so we're obviously going to advocate for less lawn. So I know some of you are probably here for this article to learn more about traditional lawns and traditional grasses that are good for your yard. We'll definitely talk about that, but just know we're going to encourage folks to consider maybe some native grasses or other types of plants that can make your backyard A, more beautiful, and B, obviously more drought resistant. So this video accompanies a blog post on our website, lesslawn.com, so check that out for more information. If you're on the website, then it's going to be directly beneath this video. I've got the article in front of me, so excuse me as I kind of look back and forth between the camera and the phone. So there's going to be several good options, fortunately. It's going to vary based on your hardiness zone. So I think that's the first step. Is California is really big, so there's going to be a lot of climate diversity. So you're going to need to check your hardiness zone and do some research on what grasses will work best there. But at a high level, Bermuda grass, which is often called just crabgrass, when that's grown, we often think of that like cropping up in random places and as a pain. But when you have a whole lawn with that, it actually can look pretty nice. Zoysia grass, buffalo grass, which is really nice, but that requires, I think, at least 6 hours of direct sunlight, so be careful with that. And find fescue, blue grama grass, and native California grasses like purple needle grass, Stipa pulchra, and blue grama. And again, the article has a lot of details there. The native grasses are obviously not going to look as manicured, right, as what you're going to get with some of the grasses that I talked about earlier. So just keep that in mind for those. But I think they can complement parts of your lawn, right? So if you don't have kids or you don't have a purpose for a lawn outside of just something looking nice, I would consider maybe removing at least some parts of your lawn and replacing them with some of these native grasses. My favorite, California fescue, it's a clump grass and it grows in these beautiful little clumps, and they're really nice, I think. So scrolling through the article here again, so yeah, just to highlight that fact, actually, a lot of those native grasses are bunch grasses, so they're not going to work well in a traditional lawn type of setting. So it's something that, again, I would use to complement your lawn space and not maybe replace your entire lawn with something like that. And then the other key point on buffalo grass is, yes, it's really good. It doesn't require a lot of water, but it doesn't do well in high elevations. So if you're over 6,000 feet, it's probably not going to be a great option. And it doesn't do well in areas that have sandy or rocky soil. So you want to make sure that you have well-draining soil if you're going to go the buffalo grass route. So some pros and cons. Obviously, a lot of the grasses that we've talked about, they are drought tolerant, and that's the whole point, especially in California. We want to be conscious of our water usage. Low maintenance, that's another great thing. You're not going to have to, they don't require as many inputs, right? So you don't need to add nitrogen and that sort of thing. And then obviously from a mowing standpoint, that's helpful too. Low allergen, right? So the native grasses, a lot of them are low allergens, which are beneficial for folks that are just, get annihilated by allergy season. And then low cost. The native grasses are really cheap because they're native, they're everywhere. The cons though, right? If you are, again, looking for a traditional lawn, these aren't always going to be the best options. The colors are kind of limited. So if you want a really beautiful, vibrant yard, you're going to need to bring some other plants in and not depend solely on these grasses. Limited seed availability. So sometimes these are just hard to get. Fortunately, we have the internet, so you can always shop around, but sometimes it's tough to find all of the seeds that you're looking for this. And then limited foot traffic tolerance, right? So some of those native grasses, if you have pets or you're using this in a high traffic area, it's not going to be as resilient as a more traditional grass that you might see in a normal lawn. Cool. So again, we've got a whole article that goes into way more detail on this, so please check that out. And then if you have questions, we have a chat bot on our website, or excuse me, just a chat. It actually goes to someone who works here. So if you have any questions, feel free to use that. We'd love to chat with you, and thank you so much.